to you all, my fellow Ambalanders. This is Amabo Cecilia Binwi, the spokesperson for the AGC. I want to use this opportunity to appreciate you all for your resilience and your tenacity towards the fight for a free homeland. And also to encourage you to stand your grounds until we all triumphantly enter into Boya. I come to you today to address some burning issues that has engulfed our revolution in the past weeks and days. First on my agenda is a statement made by Issa Chiruma Bakari, the spokesperson for La République du Cameroon, regarding the adopted Southern Cameroon's leaders. My people, I want us to understand that this is just a strategy by the regime to continually enforce forced disappearances within our territory, which of course constitute crimes against humanity and are punishable under international law. Mr. Issa Chiruma claims our leaders, Paatasan, Sisiku Ayok Tabe, Fongalanfo, and the others are all in good health and sound mind. We are therefore challenging the regime to grant us access to see these people through the United Nations Diplomatic Corps, human rights lawyers, human rights organizations, or better still, through their family members, so that they can talk and even see these people, because the people of Southern Cameroons want proof of life of these people. Let us not forget that the National Commission on Human Rights and Freedom was refused access to see these people when they first arrived Cameroon on the 26th of January 2017. So if Mr. Issa Chiruma Bakari comes out to tell the international community or to tell the world that our leaders are in good health and in sound mind, we are challenging them to grant us access to see these people. Because the same people he claims that are in good health and in sound mind have been held incommunicado for 3 months and above, and nothing has been heard of them. So we want to let them know that Ambazonians are not idiots and they cannot be easily deceived. I would also like to address to us the issue of the readmission of Ambazonia into UMPO early this year. There's been a lot of talk on social media. People saying UMPO is an insignificant organization and has virtually nothing to offer us in our independent quest. Let me quickly bring this to your attention, that UMPO is an organization that has paved the way for many nations to gain their independence, and many are still in the process of doing so. And the Southern Cameroon's case wouldn't be different. UMPO is an organization that steps in to fight for nations that do not have official representation within the United Nations. This same organization will also facilitate and grant us access to institutions that can enable us counter or confront the lies told by La République du Cameroon to the international community concerning the Southern Cameroon's quest. And a perfect example of what UMPO can do and will continue to do is our presence yesterday at the United Nations Human Rights Council, where we were given the opportunity to tell the world what exactly is happening in Southern Cameroons. We all heard our representative said when they heard that Ambazonians were coming, they couldn't bear the shame to stand before us and tell the world lies, because they knew we were going to counter all the lies in the presence of the entire world. This institution will also give us a mighty push in the process of our independent quest, like it has done in the case of East Timor, in the case of Kosovo, Somaliland, and many other nations. Therefore, our membership into UNPO is an opportunity for us to continually push our independent cause ahead. Let me draw your attention to the fact that to become an independent and sovereign state, you need three very important things. First, you need the boldness to declare the independence of your nation, like we did, of course, on October 1st. Secondly, you need the boldness to defend that territory. And thirdly, you need a strategic mindset to gain recognition with other countries that will recognize this independence that you've declared. Therefore, my fellow Ambalanders, our membership into UNPO is going to provide us with that platform to meet and talk with other nations that can help us gain recognition. All those people who are out there criticizing this move, I just want to call your attention to the fact that let us be able to appreciate any gain, any achievement that others get in this revolution, irrespective of where this achievement is coming from, so long as it is for Ambazonia. The fact of us going out to criticize this particular achievement has reduced us before the international community, and we've all been stupefied. My dear people, we honestly have to put it together. We honestly have to put it together for the good of this particular cause. When the AGC came out and talked about mobilizing people across the globe for public protests or activities, there were called names. People said they were flight by flight or hopping from one country to another and have nothing to show for it. When that same agency came up to talk about the necessity of the block by block mechanism for our homeland, people again came up and called them warmongers. Today, AGC is talking about targeted diplomacy, the importance for us to gain recognition. Others came out and said, UNPO is just a money-making organization. An AGC is an armed group. It has no right to represent the people of Southern Cameroons. My people, we honestly have to sit up. We honestly have to sit up and avoid all distractions. We have to be focused and avoid distractions from people who have no understanding of our liberation struggle. Let us pay no heed to their distractions, because they will do us nothing but derail this particular struggle. I will also want to talk about the show that was conducted by Gili Gili with Comrade Yerima, discrediting the readmission of Ambazonia into UNPO through the AGC. My people, I want to state here clearly that that show was unnecessary and it was uncalled for. The act of her coming out in public, advocating for people to ask for the withdrawal of Ambazonia from UNPO simply because it was done through the AGC, is something that we must all come out and condemn. This is something that cannot be acceptable and must never be tolerated in our revolution. To think that a fellow Ambazonian will come out to discredit the achievement made by another movement simply because it's not the movement that she so much loves is something that I can hardly fathom. On this note, therefore, I am calling on Dr. Sako to come out and condemn this act and others so that it will not occur again. I also want to use this opportunity to give a standing ovation to Comrade Pen Terence. The AGC family and the entire people of Southern Cameroons want to give you a patriotic salute for your resilience and your tenacity. You didn't just stand tall while they were passing a sentence on you which you didn't deserve, but you went ahead and educated the court on the principles of law. You stated clearly that Cameroon is a lawless state, and you exposed the lawlessness to the international community. You made the international community to understand that there is nothing like the rule of law in Cameroon. And for this, my fellow comrade, we salute you, because you are indeed a true soldier of the revolution. We will continue to stand with you side by side until we all enter Buea. Moving forward, Ambazonians at the wake of April 3rd read about a meeting that took place between the US ambassador, Barrister Bala, and others concerning the Southern Cameroon's case. Ambazonians will want to let the world know that any form of negotiations with Cameroon concerning the Southern Cameroon's independence shall only take place outside Cameroon, overseen by neutral parties and consented by the parties in the negotiation. And this negotiation will, of course, be discussing the terms of termination of occupation of La République du Cameroun in Ambazonia. Therefore, anyone engaging in any form of negotiations that do not meet these objectives will be strongly rejected by the people of Southern Cameroon. We are calling on all those who are trying to go against the will of the people of Southern Cameroon to retrieve their steps and allow the rightful people who will engage in meaningful negotiations concerning the statehood of Ambazonia. To close this, I also want to extend our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families, both in the northern zone and southern zone. We want to encourage you and tell you and assure you that we stand with you even in this time of grief. We continue to stand by you side by side as Ambazonians. And we continue to give you our words that we are doing everything possible to make sure that we all enter into Buea. And until then, we will say, let the struggle continue. A luta continua.